Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video I'm going to be reviewing a 2022 Chevy Trail Boss in the new body style. First and foremost, so a huge shout out and thank you to the Large Miller Chevy here in Provo for giving me some time with this Trail Boss. Check out the inventory in the description down below, and if you're looking to order a new Silverado, they're going to give you the homie hookup. That's what we're going to use for today, the homie hookup. But anyways, check them out. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into the video. So under the hood we have a naturally aspirated 5.3 liter V8 that goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy 13 around town and then 17 on the highway, with power outputs being 355 horsepower and then 383 pound-feet of torque. And then the axle ratio with this truck is 3.23. So let's go over the front end of the new Trail Boss. So just like the ZR2, it has this really cool hood accenting here in the center portion that just gives it this muscular, aggressive appearance. And then you can see the hood still does that normal Chevy wave all the way across. We've got these super bright LED lights, and then notice the accenting down below. And then you've got the new accenting and venting here off to the side. The whole front grille has been blacked out with the blacked out Chevy bow tie there in the center. Now it's got our Z71 logo, and then red tow hooks here at the bottom. And yeah, overall definitely has a really cool aggressive look to it from a front end perspective. Now coming around the side here, we've got two 65mm tires wrapped around 20-inch wheels in the front and over in the rear. And you guys can see with the sporty theme on this, you've got a blacked out wheel and then another blacked out Chevy bow tie. Now, just like the Trail Boss before this still has a 2-inch lift from the factory, and then off-road shocks, the Rancho shocks that have been added to the truck. Notice we got our Z71 badge here. Mirror, it has been blacked out. Then we take a step back. You can see that lift in action. Look how cool that stance is. Sorry about the lighting today. It's kind of a little bit overcast, and this is a dark truck, so it's kind of hard to see. But anyways, popping here to the rear, still uses leaf springs. And you guys can see the Rancho shock there in the back. And just look how aggressive the tread pattern is here on the tire. So here's our key fob. We have our unlock, lock, remote start, and then the drop down for the tailgate. We have a payload capacity of 1,739 pounds and then a towing capacity of 9,300 pounds. Now here is the bed in the Trail Boss. You guys can see LED lights here on either side, and then we have a full outlet down below as well. And then notice the Chevy bow tie there in the center, and then we've got the cargo camera and cargo light. And having bed liner from the factory is definitely awesome. Anyways, when you're done, let's see if it does the raise function. Yes, it does. There you go. Now let's finish things up here with the rear. So this is going to look most similar to the previous version of the Silverado. So we still have our Trail Boss logo there, and then you can see with the taillights, still got the bumper steps, parking sensors along the bottom, and then we have the squished exhaust tips here. And you guys can see a better view of those Rancho shocks there from the rear perspective. But yeah, there's the back. Now here's the door panel in the rear of the Trail Boss. You can see with the padding against has that double stack design, and then the wood trim just up above. One of the speakers for the sound system. And then here are the seats. So these look pretty much the same as the previous version of the Trail Boss. The nice thing about these seats is because there's no perforations in them, and because the color, right, it's pretty stain resistant from a color perspective, but then these are very easy to wipe off with dirt and dust and all that fun stuff that you might pick up if you take this off-road. Now it's got the cup holders, and then you got a couple of vents with the USBs, and then we do have this grab handle, which helps getting in and out. Legroom, crazy. And then headroom as well. And then we have our center console cup holder set up here in the back. Let's head to the front. Now here's the front door panel. You can see again with the wood trim and then the double stack padding down below. We've got the window controls here. Notice automatic for the front one, and then the mirrors. And then here's a quick look at the mirror itself. Another speaker for the Bose sound system. And then here are the front seats again. Notice with the stitching here and then all of the padding. And then you've got your power adjustments here on the side of the seat. Pedal layout down below. We've got our light control right here, and then we've got our drive mode select with our trailer tow mode, and then also we've got our auto, 4-wheel high, 2-wheel high, and then 4-wheel low. We've got our parking brake, and then notice the blacked out trim here off to the side. And let's pop in. Now here is the steering wheel with the Trail Boss. You guys can see here with the padding all around and then the darker stitching on the center portion. Controls for the center stack, voice command controls, phone controls, paddle shifters here on the back, and then you have radio controls in the back as well. Heated steering wheel button, and then notice here with our cruise control, they're off to the side. Turn signal, windshield wiper stock, and there's the steering wheel. Now here is the center gauge cluster. It's a full digital gauge cluster. Now we'll go through the drive modes first. We got our tow haul mode. Notice it'll show the Trail Boss towing. And then for the other drive modes, notice we have an off-road mode and a normal mode. There is no in between. You're either on the trails or you're on the street, which is pretty cool. And then as for the rest of the center screen, you can scroll through a couple different menus, see different bits of info on the truck. And notice with a full tank of gas, 563 miles of range. But yeah, you guys know, I'm a big fan of this new digital gauge cluster. So here is the center infotainment system. First off, we pop it into reverse. We've got a backup camera. And if you guys want the trajectory lines, you just press this. And then if you want the tow lines, you just press that. But yeah, resolution on the camera is fantastic. And notice that we have camera views out of every single angle on the truck, even wheel shots, which means that you can basically, that looks so funny because the tires are turned, you can spot yourself off-road, which I think is a huge plus since, again, this is an off-road package at the end of the day. So yeah, they've nailed it from a camera perspective. As for the rest of the infotainment system, you've got shortcut buttons here on the side. Then you have the main portion of the screen here that's in the center technically. It's got Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. And then you have the side screen, which is kind of like just a couple auxiliary items right here that you can click through. You can leave it be a clock, so then it's kind of like all melded together. But there you go. We've got our home screen button that's right next to the other home screen button, and then in volume control, lane departure, parking sensors, auto stop start, tailgate drop down or raise up, and notice it has arrows pointing in both directions. Hazard lights, stability control, hill descent control, roll down all the windows at once, and you can see the wood trim and then the silver trim that goes across. Trailer brake controls, and then we have our heated seats here for the front, and then dual zone climate as well. And then notice here with the storage space, and then notice more wood trim and silver trim, and there's this little storage pocket here off to the side. We've got the new shifter for the 10-speed automatic transmission. A lot more precise compared to the column shifter in terms of getting into gear, right? And then on top of that, I don't know, it just feels like you're doing something substantial when you grab it. A couple more cup holders, and then we have the new center console. Notice the padding here, and when I say new, look where the wireless phone charger is. And then you have this top tray, so you can just throw like your wallet and stuff there, and then, you know, bigger stuff down below. And then notice here with the dual glove box setup, notice how that kind of pops up. And then we've got padding here on the dash as well. And then up top here, we have a power setting window for the rear. And then notice here with the mirror, we've got our manual dimmer. No center for anything like that, but lighter colored headliner. So here's our window sticker for this 2022 Trail Boss. And if you're at a Chevy dealership and you can't tell if it's a new Trail Boss or the old body style, just look at the window sticker, and if it says limited anywhere, then that means it's the old body style. If it just says Crew LT Trail Boss, that means it's the new body style. Anyways, here is the standard equipment that comes with the Trail Boss. And notice it still has the auto locking rear diff. So that is a big difference between this and the ZR2. I will have a comparison coming soon. But you guys can see here with the Trail Boss premium package that this particular one has. And then notice after all options, $63,245. If this had the 6.2 V8, it'd probably be like, what, $65,000 roughly, just to give you guys kind of an idea. But anyways, my camera's about to die. There's the new 2022 Trail Boss. That's because something's up for our video on this 2022 Chevy Trail Boss. Again, a huge shout out and thank you to the Large Miller Chevy here in Provo for giving me some time with this truck. Check out the inventory in the description down below. I will see all of you in that next video.